All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. We had an extra long stream last night, so I'm starting a little late today. As I tend to do very recently, all of my streams are late. Looking at my messages. Hold on, let me just click this. There we go. All right, let's see how to order cards. Oh, I had the TCG player open. I didn't know that. That's cool. And then this is YouTube. My freaking Google Chrome reset. So I'm trying to figure out where everything is now. All right, so Jose Arredondo, right? He was the last guy from last night. We didn't service him yet. And we need to fill this stream out now. So let's grab this menu. And we're jumping over here to the live. This is a very late daytime stream. Gonna run for just 1 hour. Good evening, mister. It's gonna run for just 1 hour because I'm gonna be off basically at 7. And then my wife's gonna be like, man, I never get to see you. She should be off like right now. But then again, she's running a little late too. She went to the doctor today. Sorry. All right. There we go. And this is going to say Brilliant Stars Box Battle. This is going to say New Vintage Pack Break. And it's going to say Metazoo is hot. Live card shop. Yep, Metazoo is the thing that sold real heavy last night. That was the #1 thing last night was Metazoo. Probably because there's a little bit of hype, because Metazoo seems like it's not dead, and it's really fascinating story, isn't it? And people love stories. Wednesday day. Oops. There we go. So let's go ahead and delete all of this. Deleting some emails that I don't need. There we go. All right, and let's get started. Jose Arredondo it is. I told you Metazoo will be coming back. Metazoo. Yeah, it's very fascinating. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching it. I'll never be like a Metazoo collector. I'm a Pokemon card collector. You know, I see people collect One Piece. I don't collect that. Dragon Ball, I don't collect that. Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't collect that. There's all these different card sets, right? Well, I collected a little bit of Mario. It's Mario. But, you know, so I'll never really be a Metazoo collector. But it is entertaining for me as a card shop owner. You know, because this is like my whole world. It's what's going on over here. It's entertaining for me to watch stuff like this happen because it just gives me something to talk about. It really does. Something to talk about, something to it's like a story, you know, it's like gossip. Okay, Damien Holdings bought an awful lot of Metazoo last night, and we learned that it's very slow to open. And there we go. We're keeping the price where it's at for the moment, $4 a pack, but that price could go higher. Now I'm gonna go put this on a shelf. Which shelf should I put this on? Shoot, man, I don't even know. I'll put it right here. Well, maybe I should write... No, I don't even write his name on it. No, let's put it here. Let's put it here. This is better. All right, there we go. Damien Holdings. So I move all his cards off. Ow, my knee. I had to move his cards off the table. I'll be careful with my knee there. What the hell? That really hurt. Okay, there we go. Oh, I just ruined my left knee right now. It hurts. Dragon Ball is the #1 anime of all time. Okay, Brilliant Stars box break is close. Didn't know that. Did I say box break? It's a box battle. There's just 2 spots left. So Yolan jumped in with 2 spots. We got DDB, Matthew Bain, Yolan, and 2 spots remaining. Okay, there we go. Very nice. There's that migraine headache right on cue. All right. Working too much, guys. I gotta take like a week off or something. there is the Platinum Rising Rivals, which is going to be the next break. That is the next break. We forget that we have this. This comes out of a fresh sealed box, by the way. It's high quality stuff. So I think the first thing I'd like to do is confirm what Rising Rivals is going for these days, because it's been a long time since I've priced it. Wow, Rising Rivals booster box, super expensive. We might be doing an update on the price of Rising Rivals right now. As I mentioned before, these packs come out of a sealed box. So what happens when I get a sealed box of a product and I price it up, they do not get priced up based off of loose pack pricing. They get priced based off of sealed box pricing. That's what happens. All right, but so I've got an idea of this. Let me go ahead and see what else we've got. Doing some research. It might be time for a price change on this set. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Wow, dude. I am so surprised you guys were not buying out my Rivals, Rising Rivals. That is a crazy expensive price. All right. Oh, I see, but we already had kind of a high price. Perfect, never mind. So our price was already kind of high. Oh, okay, it all works out. Okay, so it's fine, it's fine. It's actually priced where it should have been. Never mind. I thought that our Platinum Rising Rivals was a little cheaper than that. So it's all working out just the way it's meant to be, and we're ready to do a break on it. Okay. That is why it does not sell out, because it already is priced correctly. Whew. I know what happened. In the past, Rising Rivals used to be cheaper on our menu, and then it changed and it went up. And so I was remembering the old price, and I looked, and we didn't have the old price. We had a current up-to-date price. Oh, that's right. We updated the price on this one day. I remember it now. Remember it. So this is going to be $28 a spot, and it's a 10 out of 10. There you have it. That's the vintage pack break now. Platinum, Rising Rivals. Jump in there. Even the reverse holo is very valuable in these kinds of sets. Has someone pulled the Holo Mothman yet? Out of what? Out of this? Here's our first edition Cryptid Nation. What did I price this at? I don't even remember. Did I put it under... Oops, what's this? Update available. Guess I better update stamps. Well, I'm updating stamps. Okay, and while that's going through, let's check our menu. Do you want this app to make a change? Yes. Okay, so stamps is updating, and then where's our Metazoo? Nightfall, Topps Chrome Metazoo. Oh, we never actually set a price on this in the menu. So it's $9 a pack. Cryptid Nation First Edition, which is $9 a pack. There it is. It's now in the menu. This is $9 a pack. Cryptid Nation. That's like the base set, basically, guys. This is base set Metazoo. I just got the one box of it. I don't have very much of it. All right. This stuff continues to be $64 a box. There is a Lycia SAR that is worth $300 to pull out of here. Pretty cool. Okay. All right. You probably would benefit from blue light glasses. It's tempting, man. It's tempting. Hey, what's up, Mr. LaFlame? All right, let's get over here to Jose Arredondo. 50 for the slab away. A Pokemon TV Charizard PSA 9. This one right here. Great card, only $155. I mean, when you think about the cost of a single booster pack of Pokemon, you know, base set, not base set, Series 1, Topps, it's like, it's crazy that this is only $155. It seems like it should be more expensive. SA, there you have it. All right, you ready? So we're going to head over to our list, which is over here. I sent for 3 spots in the Platinum and 3 Metazoo. Oh. Which Metazoo, though? First edition base set, or Nightfall, or Topps Chrome? Give me a second here. Let me make an adjustment to this as well. Ah, okay, the first edition ones. The first edition base set ones. Gotcha. All right, now, Jose Ardano would be in the J's. Gotta get my brain unscrambled, man. Takes me a minute to get into the swing of things. $155, and then it goes down to $125. Oh, that says 135. It needs to say 125. Here it goes. Let me double check this. Yep, all good to go. Nice. I saw that somebody's taking some spots in the Hello Kitty break now, too. Did you know that? Where'd it go? Right here. This guy right here. Aha! This Hello Kitty break is a Metazoo product, so... Okay. How are you not using blue light yet? You mean like for my lamp or for like glasses? Yeah, I don't know, dude. Okay, now Jose Arredondo also wanted 2 V-Star Universe Pokemon packs. Okay, I think he means the Japanese ones. There they are. We got a fresh case of these, by the way. That's why you should dig in. Good stuff. There we go. Oops. The only blue light Mr. uses is the blue light special. That's right. That's where I get my Pokemon cards, is Kmart.com. Did you know, I don't know if this is still true, but you could actually go shopping for Pokemon cards on Kmart.com a couple years ago. All right. Okay. Wow. Cool, man. So many cards in the... You get so many pulls in the V-Star Universe packs. It's pretty cool. There you go, Mr. Jose Arredondo. Phone PCs provide nightlight settings already. Oh, yeah. Well, I do that on the phone and all that, but I don't know about here on the table. It's this light right here. Oh, see, that helps if I just turn the light off. But we can't have that. That's a terrible way to run the stream. So that's a yellow light, and the yellow light seems to be what doesn't hurt my eyes as much. Okay. Grabbing this. No, you're probably up top. Nope, you're not. Okay, let's grab this. I love Kmart. It's where I lost my virginity. For real? Did you hook up with the girl at Kmart? Weird. I remember, I was young. I'm from 1989. That's when I was born. I remember Kmart in its prime, when it was crazy. Okay, Anthony Kalura, 2 Hello Kitty spots. So there we go. Anthony Kalura's jumping in here. I did, says Aunt Joseph Joey Albrecht. Kalura. Wonder who has the freakiest retail story out there. Somebody out there's been the freakiest in like Walmart or Target or whatever. There we go. Where is the bag with the Hello Kitty in it? Rare candy. The Diglett. Oh no, am I missing a bag? Oh, HK, Hello Kitty. I'm dumb as nails, dude. There we go. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, there we have it. I am not the sharpest tool in the shed, right? HK, Hello Kitty. There we go. Set that back up there. Mister should go 1 week on vacation to Florida. Right now? So there we go. This is ticked up to 3. Right before the hurricane hits? I don't know. Anthony Kalura says 2 spots in the Jungle Sublist, 2 spots in the Gengar Sublist, and the Southern Island Mew, please. Oh, whoa. Okay, the Southern Island Mew. The one that sold? Is Anthony Kalura here? There's one that sold. There's a $1,000 one, and then there's one that sold. Here it is. Mr. Miguel Vasquez was about to buy it. Boy, I'd be mighty tempted to just give it to you. But I think that's up to Miguel Vasquez, unfortunately. It wouldn't be right of me to cancel his... I can't cancel this thing. That'd be unfair. Can't do that to him. It's tempting, though. But we have the PSA 10 version. You can put this in a slab away, I guess, in addition to the Dragonite. It's very nice. It's actually a 10, right? Is he here? Does he happen to be here? 2 spots in the jungle sublist. You know what that means, guys. The jungle sublist is going off. Okay, Anthony Kalura. Your choice, mister. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're doing the jungle sublist right now, everybody. And he's going to go on the next round of it as well, because he bought 2 spots and there was only 1 spot left. That says 17. Let me recount it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If I ever miscount these, the rules are, suppose I pull out somebody like they're the winner. If it was miscounted, like if there was 17 of these and there was supposed to be 16, then it's not official. We got to redo it. So whoever I upset when I inevitably do that, don't hold it against me. Because inevitably I'll do that. I'll miscount them and I'll be like, oops, we got to redo it. All right. Okay. I suppose we have to do this as well. So we need, how many? We need 16 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so 16 of these. Let's start numbering them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate this music. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, that's the way we'll do it. Throw these out. All right, there it is. Jungle Sublist is going off, everybody. This is everyone's names getting shuffled. Okay, that's actually good enough. Somebody just give me a number to split the deck. Give me a number here. Because we're going to shuffle these too, so it's going to be all shuffled up. 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Okay, so that's been split. Now, we got to shuffle these up as well. Okay. All right, somebody give me a number to split the deck. 69. I can't do 69. Alex says 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there it is. And we're off. 13. That's Alex Silva. 12. That's Alex Silva. Number 4, Brandon Warder. Number 11, that's Elijah Martinez. Number 3, that's Brandon Warder. Number 2, that's Anthony Kalura. Number 10, that's Elijah Martinez. Oops, sorry about that. That's number 1, Anthony Kalura. Ah, too bad, Anthony. He's got one more spot. Here's number 16. That's also Anthony Kalura. And it's cold. All right, I think he's out. Here's number 9, Chris Abruzzo. Number 6, Brandon Warder. Number 8, Brandon Warder. He bought a lot of spots in here. Number 5, Jonathan Morris. Number 7, Jeff Leon. Ah, there it is. It goes to Jeff. Wow, that's crazy, man. Okay, Jeff. Number 14, that's CASHAPP. Is Jeff here? He might be here. And number 15, that's Craig. All right, there we have it. There we have it. That was the Jungle Sublist. Set this to the side for now. That was the Jungle Sublist. The hit went to Jeff Leon. He pulled a booster pack. He pulled this card, which I will trade for a booster pack of Jungle. He doesn't have to make that trade. He can actually keep that card if he wants. I don't think he'll do that, though. I'm betting on him not keeping that. Waiting for the day where they say, you know what? I don't want that thing. Just let me keep the card. Let me keep the C card. The chase card. Okay. All right. All right. Jeff Leon. There it is. All right. Manama Jeff. Those go back over here. This goes back in the back of this box over here. And then we need a very special list. Where is it being kept? Here it is. This very special list contains the Jungle First Edition box break. Jeff goes on spot number 21, or should he go on 11, you think? Number 11's open, it looks like. Let's put him on 11. Wow. Okay, this side is definitely 100% full, and we're up to 20 over here. Okay, we're getting close, man. We are getting close. It's going slowly, but we're getting close. Okay, I'll set this over here. I don't want this one. Remember the time Cheese said cut it? I remember. Yeah. Toss that. Okay. This is going to say Jungle Sublist. $20. You're back in, Mr. Anthony. That's your second spot. He's in the new round. And there we have it. Now I have to go make a link that shows we finished this. These lists, these breaks, they're kind of time consuming, but it's all just part of the work, you know, because we have to get this work done so that we can actually open it. Jungle Sublist, Jeff Leon. All right, there we go. So now everyone knows Jeff was the one who pulled it. And Anthony Kalura says, get me 2 spots on the Gengar Mega Break as well. He actually just pulled this, I believe, right? Anthony Kalura just pulled the Gengar Mega Break. He's starting the next round of that. Good luck over there, Mr. Anthony. So he's got spots 1 and 2. Now, the Southern Island Mew, huh? Let me go and figure this out, how much money you actually sent, because I'm pretty sure he was trying to buy the English one. So that would have been 160 minus 635. Yeah, so he's got $475 left over. Today I mailed you some TCC grading, some all-natural Japanese fish for you. Oh, cool, that'll be fun. Right. I actually just ran out of sardines, and I ordered 10 more boxes of them because my wife's been eating them. She likes sardines now. There we go. Because I eat them so often. And she kind of figured out how I eat them. She's like, hey, that's actually pretty good. I do a whole thing with like seaweed and rice, seasonings. So it's like a little fish bowl. It's kind of like sushi. Very yummy. Okay, John Lucas. Can I get 4 Topps Chrome Marvel? Yes, sir. John Lucas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 of these. Let's get a little rotate on these. that is a giveaway. South Park. My Little Pony Ship Shape. Firo. All right. Ta-da. You can see we got some My Little Ponies up on the table. I finally priced up all those My Little Pony cards. And they're in rotation now. We had a couple of them actually sold. There you are. This one's called Drill Bit. It's just begging to be drilled. There you go. We got the drill. It's a $20 drill. I think Pokemon is dying in terms of rip and ship. I don't know, just my opinion. Well, I think it's fair to say that, you know, rip and ships have had more business probably during COVID and when inflation wasn't so high. So if inflation's much higher now, wouldn't you anticipate people having less money left over for maybe like the luxury of a rip and ship? So you would anticipate lower sales just from that. But also, there's a lot more people doing it, so it's spread out amongst many more people. Lots more people doing it. It's very spread out. You are? Ooh. I think also probably some stuff that poured some water on the fire was like seeing these guys do these scummy Umbreon tricks on like whatnot. But, you know, over time, people will learn that there are some rip and shippers you can trust and maybe just stay away from first timers on whatnot. You know, or like, I don't know. There's over time, there will be rip and shippers with very clean reputations. And, you know, I count myself in there. I've never been in trouble for anything for over 5 years. So think about that. You know, if I had done something bad on the table and somebody would have caught it by now, just from watching the videos, it just would have been reported. So 5 years, clean reputation, and lots of hot holographic heavy packs coming out of our breaks and everything. So, you know, I think that's one of the things is you just sort of, you have these people who are making rip and ships look kind of like this scuzzy, untrustable thing. And there is some truth to that. You know, if you're just buying from some rando who just lives somewhere in his home and he's just selling you packs for money, he might be doing tricks to get your money and not properly service you, or the service might be poor quality, all kinds of things, you know. It's a real business. Ah, what's this? Omega Red out of 150. I like to zoom in on the number. There it is. You know, there's people that just do a poor quality job at it too. Forget about like stealing. Some people just don't do a good job. So it's all kinds of things. And so, you know, people are kind of maybe taking a step back going, wait a second, why don't I just not participate in that guy's rip and ship? But again, you've got the inflation. COVID's over. The stimulus checks are over. And also, Pokemon has not been putting out the best sets. You know what I mean? So I think that a lot of business has kind of shifted over to stuff like vintage pack breaks are still totally legit. It's a product you can't buy at Walmart. You can't do a pack break at Walmart. It's a product that's still in demand. People want to, you know, they want to be able to buy into a vintage pack without buying the whole vintage pack, you know. So a $20 pizza or like, you know, a dinner's worth of money and just enjoy a chance at a super rare snipe of a rare card, right? A 1 in 10 odds, right? Because this will have a reverse holo in it. So you got a 1 in 10 odds for the reverse holo. And then if it's a heavy pack, well, there's going to be 2 out of 10 cards are going to be hot, right? And then even then, if you don't pull one of the holographics, you might pull a good common. So, you know, people get into those for the fun of it. They go, okay, today I'm gonna rip a pack open for fun, like a loot box, right? See if I get lucky today. And yeah, so that's not going away. It's just people might have to take care of more important things like expensive rent, expensive car payments, student loans that are no longer being, you know, postponed. They were postponing the student loan payments. So there's, and then medical problems, car problems. I went shopping for a car on enterprise.com, their car sales website, and it's like a decent car now is $36,000. It's like, what the, how did it get so expensive? We are. When I went car shopping, everything was like half that price, but that was like 8 years ago, maybe. Guardians of the Galaxy. Wow. So cool. But anyways, you know, I feel that a lot of this would improve. Rip and ship sales would probably be a little higher if Pokemon just released better product. And I don't know how the sport guys are doing. I don't know if sport guys are going up or down. But again, I do think it is a reflection of the overall economy. So that's why we talk economics over here all the time. Because when the economy is doing really well and people have a lot of leftover money, they start buying collectibles. That's it, you know. And instead, you've got, Mesmero. You know, the government claims that inflation was only 3% this year, but that's still 3%. It's still a percent over. And then you had the previous years where it was like 9%, you know. And so you still go to the grocery store. It's not like just because this year was 3%, it's not like the 9% from 2 years ago is reversed. That's still in play. So it's 9% inflation a year ago, 2 years ago, plus 3% more. Yeah, everything's just getting more expensive. You go to the store and everything's just as expensive as it was before, but you haven't received a pay increase of like 20, 40, 50% or anything, so you don't feel wealthier. But yeah, so, you know, you're right. Maybe some of the novelty has worn out. Maybe people have played it and tried it, ripping ships and all that. They, you know, maybe some people have been burnt out by some of it. Maybe people have been hurt by guys like, how about that Elon Musk guy? Remember Elon Musk? What did he do? He took everybody's cards, sent them to PSA, and then just bopped away. He just left. No one got their cards back. He just kept them. So, you know, maybe enough people got burned from that kind of behavior. You got like whatnot. There's a lot of greed. Look at this refractor. So enough people got hit by bad ripping shippers that they said, never again, you know, I'm not trying that again, or, you know, that kind of stuff. Or maybe they realized, yo, I don't need to be spending all my money on this right now. I need to be saving up for college, or I need to be saving up to pay off my college loan, or I need to be saving up for a new car. I need to be saving up for my first home. So all these kind of things play a role. Here's Nightcrawler. But, you know, over the years, there was some major changes in the hobby, not just the economy. So everyone thought Pokemon cards were going to be an investment, and it turned out only some of the Pokemon cards were an investment. Quite a lot of them were not an investment. And so when that perspective changes, when people no longer look at Pokemon cards as an investment, well, they're going to look at it like more of a toy or a speculative asset. And yeah, so even just that alone, you got all these cards that everyone thought was going to the moon, and they didn't go to the moon. They did the opposite. They declined in price, especially modern. And so people no longer buy cards as an investment, and they no longer see them as an investment. Well, that's just going to slow demand for cards. So card demand is down in general. Ta-da! All right. And I made a video about this. I said the way cards will be seen in the future, this was a long form video that I made like last year. I said, you'll no longer be able to open a pack of Pokemon cards and make $100. You're going to have to get lucky, and that's it. And if you're unlucky, you lose money. Because that's how it was for a little while with Pokemon. You could just open anything and you'd make money from it. And that was just crazy. That was when PSA had their big backup, their queue, their year-long queue that took like a year for them to clear. And price of grading was like $100 a card, which is just absolute insanity. Well, price of grading cards has gone way down over time. All right, so that was John Lucas. Thank you so much, John. You got one numbered card out of 150. Wow, you got one expensive box, dude. I'm scared of your box. Payphones were the biz. Okay. Pokemon just needs to have a numbered card. Just sent a Final Fantasy order. Let's pull that lightning. Payphones now cost 75 cents. Yeah, everything's just gone up. And people have realized cards are not always an investment. Some are. I will say that. Some are. Because I don't want to push a narrative that they're strictly an investment. But some actually do go up. They really do. And but many of them don't, is what people have learned. Rigo, Berto, Gil, one spot in the Rising Rival, you got it. But, you know, if you get lucky in like a break like this, hey, that's great. But that's not, you know, that's not investing. That's opening a loot box. So, you know, that's not investing. Investing is when you buy like a share of Coca-Cola, they sell a product, and you get a cut of that profit. That's what an investment is. A speculative asset is when you buy something hoping it will go up over time because demand is high and it's limited supply. And then opening a booster pack, well, you're just kind of rolling dice in that case. It's a loot box. Here we go. All right, Rising Rivals break. And people have come to understand it that way, right? Like nobody here is coming in with, you know, their eyes closed. People understand what it is. You open up one of these. It's a chance for a value, but you might just pull a crappy pack. Like, let's see, this was $4, right? So let's open it up, or $4.50, I don't know. Oh, look, some holo cards. You know, and there's been lots of conversations about that subject. You know, is Pokemon just gambling for kids? It's got an element of it, because everyone understands you open the pack and you might not get the value of your $4 out. You might actually get, what do you think this is, like 30 cents maybe? 10 cents? I don't even think these holos are worth the same amount anymore. You know, when you see the cost of them on eBay for like 20 cents or something, you just got to remember the seller has eBay fees, shipping fees, their time and labor. In the end, those are like 10 cents a piece. Those cards aren't worth anything. So, yeah, I mean, it's a loot box. And yeah, people now see it correctly. And that's because the card companies are printing enough. There's enough competition. One Piece entered the market. People understand what it is now. But in the past, there was a crazy frenzy when everyone thought it was an investment. Like, it's an investment. Invest! Rigoberto Gill, he's in the Rising Rival break now. Thank you, Rigoberto Gill. Okay, and next over here, we've got David, who sent for 5 Metazoos. That being said, it's still very entertaining. It's still very fun. And so people are doing it just for fun. People are doing it for fun and entertainment, which is how it's probably meant to be, guys. But it's fun, too, because, again, some cards just do very well for you. I showed you guys the Charizard box topper. I showed you him, what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago? So this is an example of a card that ended up doing very well for me. That card did well for me because on social media, he ended up being worth a lot of money. Oh, let me see real fast. Low battery. He is one of my top performing pieces of content for the week, even though I posted him a while back. So check this out. So this is a video on that card, and you can see it was just kind of going along slowly, and then all of a sudden it just upticked. And now it's 154,000 views, 300 subscribers, $20. This is the really important number, the subscribers, because those will turn around and become a customer one day. And $20 ad revenue isn't going to do anything for me. But even 5 new customers, that's a lot. So, so this is a lot of power in the shape of an item. In the shape of an item. It's like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. But, yeah, so collectibles have that social media power, right? And so if you could pull 1 of 5 Mothman out of here right now, or a 1 of 1 anything. Somebody said there's a 1 of 1 Mothman still in these packs that has not been pulled. Somebody who clearly is a Metazoo fan. So if you can pull that 1 of 1 Mothman and put him into your collection, well, you got some influence now. People will be like, hey, that's the guy with the 1 of 1 Mothman. Yeah. So I'm still a believer in the ability for collectibles to have some kind of weird value. It's a strange new world where social media is power and influence, and just owning the right item gives you, social influence. It gives you the ability to sell, especially, so if you had like some super crazy mansion home, you had some super crazy supercar, you would just get attention for already being rich. It's kind of unfair almost. Rich people get all the social media attention too. Hey man, look at their lifestyle. Look at their car. Look how hot their girlfriend is. Look at their great collection of watches or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they get to get all of the views on social media, and they collect all the ad revenue, and they get the sales. They get they get to do the talking. It's a very fascinating thing, and that's why I think collectibles investing is not gone. It's just stricter now. Stricter. People understand it better. You open up a pack of Stellar Crown, that's for fun. You open up a pack of Stellar Crown, pull the chase card, and get a black label on it. Now you're investing. See what I'm saying? Now you got something that people want to talk about. And so that's what it's all about now. It's tricky now. Used to be easy. Okay, you got something. Wow. David, I watched the other guy last night, Damien Holdings, open up box after box after box of these to get numbered cards, and you're just going to get one in 5 packs, huh? Out of 100, Sam Sinclair. Mr. claims your social media dividends when you get a hit. Well, I mean, you could go home and you can open up all the product yourself and put it on your own social media. If we pull something over here that you thought was really cool, you can always take that content, even if we recorded it here, and you can post it to your own social media. So I've had somebody ask that before. They said, hey, can I take that video we recorded of me pulling so-and-so item and post it to my own channel? 100% you can do that. So, but this is a rip and ship channel, and so that's the nature of it. People come here and we try to get a really good video made. But I would say the real crazy stuff that's probably gotten me the most views in the last year were those 1-minute box opening videos, which were, I can't replicate it. It only worked one time. And then crazy stuff like this. But it showed you that the most important thing is to have a card like this in your pocket. And here's a great example, like the No Rarity Charizard. That gets attention. No Rarity Charizard does. I know it does because I've posted videos of it before. And yeah, I mean, you just try to get a better and better collection. And here's another type of video that makes a lot of money. No, not a lot of money, gets a lot of views. If you have a great collection, it's in a stack, right? A stack. And then you just go through the stack and show all the cards off. That works too. That gets a lot of views. I try not to overdo it, though. I try not to overpost that kind of stuff because I don't want to wear it out. All right, here we go. Mister, get 1 million likes because of the Belle Delphine card. That's right. We got Chupacabra. Anyways, so I try to teach. I try to explain these ideas. If you guys find that valuable and helpful, I'm glad. Happy to share some of my passion. You are? All right. Have you ever considered aiming for PSA 1s? I was about to quit Pokemon and just started collecting heavy damaged cards. I thought about collecting like PSA 7s and 8s maybe, because I feel like those are still on the higher end of quality, and yet they're going to be bizarrely cheaper, and then just showing off like all the stuff you could have if you only got like PSA 8s or something, right? So I've thought about that, sure. But right now I'm not going to experiment too much because I've already got a strategy that's working very well for me. David Velez. David is back. How are you feeling, David? Hey, David, you got a lot of cards, man. All right. There we go. All right. You just let me know if you want to ship out because you got lots. And now we've got Mr. LaFlame. Okay, LaFlame wanted 2 spots in the new break. And then he wanted 2 other things. What were the other things? LaFlame. LaFlame. Oh, it was Metazoo First Edition, right? He wanted 2 of those. Okay. I did a spot in the new break as well. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if you're ever, like, let's say your name is Bob and you pull Charizard on my channel and we record it, that's your video too. You can take it and re-upload it all you want. You can be like, this was me on a Rip and Ship channel pulling this super card. Okay, so let's see. We gotta get those Metazoos. Yay! So this is Metazoo Cryptid Nation First Edition. It's $9 a pack. And this is basically the first edition base set for Metazoo. You can pull the Mothman out of here, the really special one. 3. Oh, there we go. 3 of them. Ta-da! All right, good luck. The goal is to pull Mothman, but I think if you pull Bigfoot, that's good too. All right. I don't know what the second most valuable card out of this set is. Sometimes I take YouTube footage and put it on VHS. What? Okay, Ghost Deer. Bigfoot! Wow, that was easy. He just pulled Bigfoot. Okay. I like Bigfoot because he's such a classic American folklore. It's almost like an internet meme. Okay. Everyone's made content about Bigfoot. Here's Hodag. Hodag, on the other hand, I've never heard of. All right. You can downscale the footage with the capture card. He said 3 each. Oh, okay. My bad. I got you, man. Here's Sewer Alligator. He's a sewer alligator. Not to be confused with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're very different. And there you have it. Nice, man. You're pulling that holographic Bigfoot. Ugh. Mr. LaFlame. Now, these are not the Kickstarter packs. We could put the Kickstarter packs back on the menu. We could do another box break of them. But now they would probably be a lot more expensive. So I don't know if that would be very popular. All right, let's get your 3rd spot in the booster pack break. Here it is. Thank you, Mr. LaFlame. Sorry about that. Bloop. Anyways, one of the things that stood out to me is we've had pretty consistent sales year over here on Cardconomist Rip and Ship. It's been pretty consistent and been going 5 years strong. A lot of people predicted that Rip and Ships were going to like go out of business, and that's definitely not true. I think all that's really happened is there's just so many people doing it. That's it. There's a lot of people doing it because the barrier to entry is so small. It's like your grandma could start doing it tomorrow if she wanted. But to actually be good at it and to have a stellar reputation, that's hard to do. That takes time, and it takes practice, and it takes, a lot of integrity. Here's Manuel Diaz, 1 platinum pack break. Well, even if you're a person of integrity, nobody will know that until years later, after you've successfully worked the Rip and Ship for years without doing anything wrong. There we go. How many rip and shippers were there before you started? You want to know the crazy thing? For Pokemon, I was the only one. I was the first one. This was my original idea at that time. I know PokeRev did live streams where he broke like big expensive vintage box. He was already big back then, but he was doing like live streams of box breaks. And my idea was a bit different. Mine was, what if you could just open the packs live, like right on demand? The idea for me was like kind of like DoorDash almost, right? And this was an old idea because I'd actually thought of it when I was younger. When I was younger and I was selling stuff on eBay, I was like, why don't I just sell stuff on YouTube? And so it became like a shop from home channel, kind of like what the old people do with the jewelry and all that, dresses. So it became a shop from home channel, and I had already had the idea. And so when I was opening up my cards live for myself, I said, would you guys like to buy cards live for me? And people were like, hell yeah, dude. They started opening up Hidden Fates with me, and I was making a couple dollars per pack. And then I was like, all right, well, now I need more Hidden Fates. So all of a sudden, I was out there buying like every Hidden Fate pack I could find until I had like stacks of them. And, I'd sell 100 packs and make $1 or $2 each. And it was like, whoa, I just made $200 in one stream. So that was a big idea back then. And there was not even a term for it. There was no term for it. It was just this weird little thing we were doing together. And it's like, I'll ship them out to you. You just got to give me your, email and your address. And I already knew all about shipping from working with my dad. So, yeah, so all of a sudden I was like shipping out, Pokemon card orders, and people just went bonkers for it. It was such a viral kind of thing that at that moment, people wanted it so bad. It was so natural. And I was the only one. I had no competition. And really, I kind of dropped the ball in some ways during 2019, 2020, and 2021. Man, if I was better at it, I would have hired somebody on the spot to help me with the shipping. On the spot. The other thing I would have done is I would have streamed many more hours. So if I could go back and do it all again, I would have hired somebody like Alexis much sooner. And then I would have made Alexis do more of the streaming. Because during those time periods, that was a money-making time period. You made bonkers amounts just by hitting that live button. And then with the slabs, I would have bought more slabs and sold more slabs. I didn't understand the slab business so well. It's complicated, but I know it well now. Manuel Diaz, one Yu-Gi-Oh! Card House. You got it, man. I would have sold many more slabs. I would have started slab away right away. So all of that stuff were ideas I developed over time and practiced and got good at. But now that I know it all, I would have done it much sooner, much faster, and much heavier volume. And I would have made some absolutely crazy money. I mean, I didn't do bad back then anyways, but I would have just done so much better if I'd had the practice. But back then I was learning as I went, so it was all just kind of coming up with it as I went. All right. I missed the tape noises on the stream. Yeah, we would have never done that. We would have never done the shipping live. I would have sat down and taken more orders, and I would have gotten as many orders as possible. And I probably would have just ran the whole thing smoother, more efficiently, more intelligently. Mr. was actually the first one, like 4 years ago. That's right. Back then, there were people who were calling me a scammer. Like every day, they'd call me a scammer. They'd be like, he's a scammer. There were buying and selling groups that would talk shit on me. There was a guy who made a channel called TheCardconomist. He would go live at the same time I would go live so that he could show people that I was tacking on some money onto the price of the cards. It's like, well, yeah, because I don't want to sit here for 8 hours a day and not get paid. I got to get paid. So, but, he would show that, my price was a little bit inflated over, maybe what you could get off of eBay, you know what I mean? And they would just sit there all day long hating on me. And now, look at it. Everybody's doing it. Whatnot didn't even exist back then, by the way. Whatnot did not go live. There was no Whatnot. And there was no eBay Live back then either. Now look at it. There's eBay Live and Whatnot exists with tons of people doing what I do. And I still do very well. The sales are looking fantastic. I think I've earned it. I do. I think I've earned it to some degree. Like, you're getting somebody with a lot of practice doing this, with a lot of passion for the subject, a lot of passion for collecting. And, somebody who's been doing it 5 years, you can't find, examples of, look, he stole the Umbreon. It just doesn't exist because I never did it. So anyways, so I've built a reputation, I think, over years. That's what I value the most, is a good reputation. Okay, here's Miss Six. She says 3 of the Weiss Hello Kitties. Ooh, Hello Kitty time. All right, let's get it, Six. You don't realize this, mister, but I'm from Australia. I've been watching you from the beginning. What? Really? Yeah, that was 5 years ago. I'm 5 years older. I feel like an old man. I was 30 years old. I'm now 35 years old. Dude, I'm like on my way to 40 now. It's crazy. I've kind of missed out on life a little bit too, right? Like, I've been working on this stream for so long. I really did not do a lot of playing for this last 5 years, which is, I'm probably going to regret that at some point. One day I'm going to get cancer, or the doctor's going to say you have terminal heart disease, or the doctor's going to say you have liver failure, or something like that, right? And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be like, damn, I shouldn't have just worked so much. I should have played. And, but I haven't reached that point yet. I'm still grinding. So, I don't know. I will reach that point. Oh, wait, you need 3 of them. Why didn't I grab 3? Here you go, 6. All right. But I've just given up 5 years of my life doing this, and 7 days a week. It's been 7 days a week for 5 years. On average, about 10 hours of work per day. But then also I work weekends. So, yeah. Here we are. All right. Kirimi-chan. It's Kirimi-chan. When I try to send through ZELLE, it says your token is not available. Really? Does anyone else have trouble sending through ZELLE? I swear we received ZELLE orders like you. Well, we received ZELLE orders today. Yeah, Rigoberto Gil and Manuel Diaz, those were ZELLE orders. So it's working for others. I've been here since at least the pandemic times. Squeak, says Mike Side. Did you get the Krabby Patty meal? I waited to watch a review of the Krabby Patty meal, and it was not a good review. Ooh, very cute. All right, you keep all the Hello Kitty cards when you order a pack of it, and they are adorable. Look at these. This is not even a high rarity, and it still looks really good. Look at this. Kuromi, Choco Cat, and My Melody. Oh, my God. It's so cute. It's disgusting. 6, did you know I'm going to actually grade a ton of these? I like them that much. I'm going to grade a ton of these. I think it's a fantastic product, the Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty anything. All right, and here's 6's bag. How did you do it, Rigo Rockstar? 3 years at the lake and 0 boat babes. Now, that's not true. Lucky for me, I got the best boat babe of all. I'm married to Miss Quip. There we go. All right. We have an order from Panicking Moose, Brilliant Stars Battle. Ooh, this might go off tonight because we're 52 minutes in. So even if somebody finished this right now, we might wait till tonight. Anyways, it's been a grind. It's been a grind. I would call it a sacrifice. It is a little bit of a sacrifice to get so much work done. Panicking Moose, 2 Jungle Sublist. All right, 2 Jungle Sublist. You got it. Panicking Moose. That's expensive. I'm just somebody who likes routine. I'm somebody who likes to know that everything's done. And I'm very passionate about cards for sure. 10 Fusion Strike. All right, 10 Fusion Strike. Let's grab it. That's kind of expensive. All right. I tried to send for the giant slab on ZELLE, but it doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I make the break in time for Rivals? Yeah, you're going to make it in there. It's not full yet. You're going to make it in there. All right, you ready? What I hope to do, I hope to train somebody up to replace me and keep the stream running even after I retire and teach that person that they have to train somebody too. And that has to be the nature of it. There you go. So the channel can keep running. They could probably even, I don't know. Do you think they should be allowed to rename it? Maybe not. No, they should be allowed to rename it. No, they shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I don't want the channel to die. I want it to keep going. I want it to be a tool for somebody else to open a lot of cards and make a lot of crazy moments and earn themselves some money opening cards. It's a cool job. And we've done such a good job of it over here. I'm confident all I'd have to do is teach them what I did. All right. Mister, you sound like a Sith Lord. Yeah, okay. There you go. All right, we've got Pengoro. Did the Jedi ever teach you about... Oh, how does that line go? Oh, what's the name of it? Darth Plagueis? Did this... No. He wouldn't have asked if the Jedi taught him. Have you ever heard of the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? All right, here we go. Ooh, Electrode. Here's Tydamo. Here's Muna. Eevee. Dragapult. I think I learned from watching Mr. I heard Disneyland is still open in Florida. Oh, yeah. Hurricane Milton is about to hit Florida. We are. Ooh, Chandelure. Train Alexis for a couple months, then take a good month off in the winter. Yeah, exactly. I figured not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. That's right. All right. There we go. Oh-ho! Man, how did, I don't get it. How did Anakin Skywalker not think about, dude, this guy's teaching me Sith Lord philosophy over here and Sith Lord history. Like, he didn't suspect something at that point? Have you ever heard of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Why the F are you talking to me, a Jedi? It's like if you were a Catholic priest sitting down with your emperor or something like that, the senator, and that guy's like, have you ever heard about how awesome Satan was? It's like, oh, you might be a bad guy. Damien holding 4 more boxes of Chrome Metazoo, 2 spots in the Neo Slab. The Neo Slab. The Neo Slab. The Neo Slab. I'm confused. Which one's the Neo Slab? That's not a Neo Slab. Do you mean the Gem Slab? I think it means the Gem Slab, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I can get 4 boxes of Metazoo done for the daytime stream. Panicking Moose, 1 box of Eevee Heroes. Oh my god, you guys got all your money out. Hold on. Let me go get some stuff. Oh, I know what he means. Alright. I had to actually go grab 4 boxes of Metazoo. So the problem with the 4 boxes of the Metazoo is it takes a long time. So I'm going to set these to the side. Whew. Alright. Let me get this done for Panicking Moose. Here you go, Panicking Moose. And I know what the Neo Slab is. You're talking about the Neo Booster Pack. He's looking for a slab of Neo from the Matrix. Boy, I think I hurt my left knee, dude. I hurt my knee when I was sitting down in the stream today. Or was it last night? I can't remember. Chump or Karmala? Let's kick things off. Well, what's the case for Kamala? Here we are. See? I think she's more of a status quo sort of pick. Like, if you don't like Donald Trump's ideas, if you think his ideas suck, and she's more like just going to keep things running the way things are. So she's the status quo. She's the status quo politician. You would go with her if you think things are pretty much the way they should be, and you think his ideas are pretty awful. That's why you would pick her. Here we are. You'd probably be pro-immigration. You'd say the immigration is good. There are arguments for immigration. Like, you would say, like, well, so all these people are coming in. They're going to be customers. They're going to be workers. They're going to be, you know, they're going to increase our economic output because more people is good, less people is bad. Oh, Espeon. All right. So you'd say something like that, like they're going to be a net gain, even if initially they need help with housing and food. Okay, let's see. Here's Jolteon. You'd probably say something like some of the setbacks of the... Oh, no! You got a Gordy box, bro! You'd probably say some of the setbacks of the Democrat Party right now is all the gridlock in Washington anyways. Like, it's not like they can pass any legislation because the Republicans control the House, and they're not going to let anything pass. The Republicans are going to use gridlock to pass 0 bills. so that it doesn't look like the Democrats got anything done. So you could say maybe if the Democrats won Congress, they could start passing bills and getting things done. So I think she's the status quo pick. Also, in the foreign wars, you would have to be on the side of believing that America can degrade Russia's Putin, and he'll get kicked out of office as a result. So he'll lose an election or something like that. So you have to believe that, you know, Kamala Harris is going to keep the war going in Ukraine. We'll keep supporting them. It'll be expensive, but Russia will fall apart and they won't shoot any nukes. And then there'll be regime change in Russia, and we'll get a friendly politician in Russia, and the war will end, and they'll back out of Ukraine. So that's what you have to believe voting for her. And then I guess the other one is, if you're a girl, you're way more confident that Kamala Harris is going to try and reestablish Roe versus Wade. Then, and you know Trump's not going to do that. So that's why you would pick her. There we go. Did my new orders come through? Rising rival spot in the remainder of the Mew slab. Yo! Not yet. There happens to be a lot of orders in the queue. And so I'm blasting. All right, that's Panicking Moose. What do you think about Poland's border policy? Poland recently made a border policy where they can shoot live ammo at immigrants coming to the border to try to get in. So they said, I think, didn't a Polish soldier die? They threw something at him and it killed him, didn't it? And then after that, they passed a law that you can shoot. You can shoot at the people trying to get in. Pretty extreme. You are. Poland said, "Nuh-uh, not today." I've heard they do that in other places, though. I've heard that's kind of common in the Middle East. If you've got a problem with too much people trying to get out of one country, trying to get into the next one, they will shoot live ammo at you to keep you away. Okay, 2 Neo spots for Mr. Damien Holdings. Damien, we're going to have to save those 4 boxes for tonight, okay? But we'll get you into here right away. Okay. By the way, if you change your mind on this, you're allowed to do that. But once the break actually begins, it's at that point you can't change your mind. The booster slab. Here it is. So you got a lot of spots in there. Be careful, because you could miss, and then it will be a really painful miss. Just be aware of that, okay? Always be ready to lose whatever you put in there. This is up to 10 now, guys. Wow. Okay, also, let me write this down. Oops. All right, there we go. Panicking Moose, box of EV Heroes, we did it. Matthew Hill, 6 packs of Cryptid Nation. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Poland and Hungary have top-notch leaders. Yeah, much of the conservatives today are aligning themselves with Hungary and Poland for sort of rejecting globalism and saying, no, we're Europe for the Europeans only. We don't want to mix. We just want to be ourselves. You can come in if we invite you in, you know, so we'll take a certain amount of immigration, but we're not going to take like population levels of replacement of immigration, which is what the EU tells us to do, and the EU fines them for not accepting that. There we go. All right. Yeah, there's two kind of worldviews going on right now, and one of them is, no, you know, you got to protect your own people, and your own people have like a real distinct identity. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always like a rejection of pure world mixing. Here's Ghost Deer. Ooh. The other identity is sort of like, well, you know, world mixing is the future. It's the best way to do things. It's more successful, better for the economy. It's more wholesome. It's more moral. We're all the same. Diversity is our strength. So that's the other aisle. That's the opposing philosophy. So there's 2 big philosophies, and they're fighting right now. And you can look for like maybe like examples to support or to disagree with those positions. You can say, well, look, diversity here didn't work, or look over there. Like Japan would be an example of a lack of diversity. There's like almost no diversity at all in Japan, but people really like going to Japan. It's a nice place to live. Matthew Hill. You got Black Hole Shard. You got Bunny Man. You got Snow Wasset, Ghost Deer, Walking Sam, and the Fresno Nightcrawlers. You did not get the Mothman. There you go, Matthew Hill. In Canada, Canadians are being outnumbered by immigrants 10-1. Literally, how the hell do I feel pride in being Canadian when it's open to the whole world? Well, and that's part of it. You have to start to view Canada differently. You have to see Canada as the world now. And people who were already living in Canada, whose ancestors built the country up and made it what it is today, they don't want to see that. Some of them don't want to see that. They go, man, I like it the way it was. Why would we change it? And, and then you put your pride flag, your flag of pride, not the actual pride flag, but you put up your country's flag and you say, Canada for the Canadians or something like that. And then your opponent says, well, it wasn't even originally yours. You just came and took it. You're a colonizer. So, and the argument goes on and forever. Here's Anthony Kalura, 2 spots in Descending Friends, Rising Rivals, Descending Friends. I love it. All right, Anthony Kalura, Descending Friends. Here you go. Well, this is filling up quite quickly. All right, so Damien, we're holding that for tonight. Pride flag. Well, they do put up pride flags these days on the government buildings, and people get offended by that too. They say, hey, I'm Muslim. I don't agree with that. I'm Christian. I don't agree with that. Why do I got to... This is my government too. I think it's a sin. Why should that flag be up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7. Wow. So, it's an interesting problem. Anthony Kalura, remainder for the Japanese Southern Island Mew. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, and so I'll take this card out. Everyone I know is planning to leave. Soon it'll be 20-1. Well, and that does kind of happen. So like in the city of St. Louis, Missouri, I'm from Missouri, right? St. Louis, Missouri was a white city. And then when enough black people moved in, all the white people left. They call it white flight, right? And people say, hey, that's racist. So, but that does happen. At one point, you're living in Canada and you're surrounded by whatever, like Scots, French, whatever you guys are, Europeans, right? And then the balance between Europeans and other becomes 50-50 or maybe like 75-25. And you go, you know what? I'm moving somewhere more white, more European. And as you go out, it just rapidly becomes more and more skewed. That just actually recently happened in the UK, in London. London is no longer British. It's just not. It's minority British. The British are a minority in their own main city. And so when you think about that, you go, was that progress? It was progress for somebody. It wasn't progress for the people that didn't want that. That was them losing their favorite city. They don't want to live in that way. They want to live with their own kind. Now the question is, should people live with their own kind? Well, if you said that, they would call you like a white supremacist right now. But if you're Japanese, they'd be like, that's just how the Japanese are. They're all konnichiwa and stuff. It's hilarious. The Chinese are like, oh, get out of here. You're a Cajun. Get out. You can't eat at this bar. You can't live at this hotel. I'm not selling you this piece of property. You're a foreigner. So, it's a complicated thing. I really do chalk it down as human personality types. There's a personality type that wants to be left alone more. There's a personality type that doesn't want to experiment. They just want to be left alone with their own kind. And I think the more you demonize them, the more radicalized they'll be, because those feelings are genuine. They don't come from an evil place. They don't come from an evil place. They just want to be with their own kind. And if you demonize those people over and over again, they'll be radicalized. They'll be like, you're taking everything from me. And you're calling me, sinful or like, oh, you're racist because I just prefer to be with, I have preferences. I want to be with, I don't want to date a black girl. I want to date a white girl or something like that, right? Oh, well, you're racist. You can't do it. It comes from deep within them. They can't, it's almost like that is part of their personality. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to like ban them from not being multicultural when they go dating girls or something? It's a really fascinating subject. And the only solution to it is for everyone to fight over it for a long, 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 long time. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be a long, 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 yucky fight. Actually, I think what's going to happen is most of it will just come down to finances. That's my opinion. It'll come down to finances. Some groups will succeed and some groups will fail, and that's all it'll come down to is finances. All right, next up we got Joey Maycumber 12, Stellar Crown. So you can have one opinion or another opinion. Who cares? At the end of the day, you must be financially solvent. You must be financially successful. You can't be financially inviolable. You can't be financially failed because that's the end of it all. Your experiment is over the moment you're out of money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, there we go. 9 of these. So, diversity was not practiced that much in the past. Nations were not that diverse. They created nations for their own people. They said, this nation is for us and our kind. So that was more common to do that. It was tribal. The future is beautiful mixing. We're all one people. We're all one human race. That's the experiment. That's actually an experiment. It wasn't done that way in the past. And so your experiment is over the moment you're out of money. So that's what I would say. That's my thoughts on because to me, it's sort of like this fun, abstract kind of like, you can talk about it in an academic way, right? And so it's an experiment, and we're seeing if it wins or if it loses. And you go to places like New York, and it's kind of done well. Same with like New Jersey, places like California, people have mixed there, and it's worked. And so it could work, but it's not going to make everybody happy. But more importantly, if you go bankrupt, you're going to say that did not work. So can't go bankrupt. That's the rule. All right. Here we are. All right. Can't go bankrupt. Joey Albrecht says, "What is right, mister?" Oh, my God. The subject of race is a very yucky subject. It makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But it's the biggest subject, I'd say. Right now, it's the biggest subject. Immigration is at the forefront of the 2024 elections. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I will remind conservatives to remember, in the past, we were racist toward the Chinese coming into America. We were racist toward the Irish coming into America. We were racist toward the Italians coming into America. It's just every group kind of gets beat up that way. And they're all here now, and it's not a problem. Here we are. So I don't know. We just can't go bankrupt. So whatever our leaders are doing, they better be good money managers. They got to manage the money. That's the real skill. If you can't do that, you lose. It's a financial test. All right. You got to explain in Pokemon terms. You ready? Joey, you may come, bro. Here's Alcremie. Oh, my God. Do not care if they're here. They shouldn't outnumber us. Yeah. Well, that's why they come up with terms like replacement immigration, where the immigration is so large that all of a sudden your cultural group is now the minority. You're like, wait a second. And what's crazy about that is you never voted for that. You never voted for it. You never agreed to it. It's very natural to not want it. In my opinion, it's natural to not want to be outnumbered all of a sudden. Here's Dashbund. It's like, think about Ireland. In Ireland, they could do that very rapidly. Ireland's a small place. And so they're having all these fights in Ireland right now over the mass migration. It's a big subject. You got, the Irish are setting buildings on fire because they're so mad about it. Well, and they're doing that in the UK a little bit after the stabbings. Remember the stabbings of the girl? And they start, ooh, look at this Bulbasaur. Man, that's a hot card. The little girls got stabbed by the one guy, and he's not British. But, he was born in Britain. But, so then the native British, they get all pissed off. They're like, no way, bro, there's too much. So, it's just how it's going to be, guys. There's going to be a lot of fighting. Briar, look at Briar. The bottom line is if everyone was doing financially well and successful, and the country's kind of calming down and crime levels are falling, that's success, That's progress. Progress is when everyone's wealthy and the country is safe to live in and it's inventing. That's real progress. Progress is when all those things occur. So you need success. That is what will bring people together. Success. And so if we don't have success, we're gonna fall apart real fast. People are gonna start pointing fingers. They did this. Look at that Bulbasaur and Briar. Our government in the UK is for immigration. Nothing we can do at all. Well, you can vote. But at some point, the irony is that if you brought in enough people who are immigrants themselves and they can vote, well, they're going to vote, for more immigration because it's like they're bringing in more of their own people. So that's the irony about democracy. at some point, democracy just matters on who immigrated and who didn't. That's all it is. It's just like an immigration test. Joey Maycumber. All right, there we go. So let's say, you know, in Britain, you brought in millions of people from China. Millions, I'm saying millions of people from China, and you gave them the right to vote. And then there comes up a policy change that says, we're going to allow tens of millions more Chinese to move in. And the local British say, wait a second, we're already a minority in London. Where else are we going to be a minority? And you say, I'm voting against that. Well, you lose because you already brought so many other people in from China. They're going to vote yes. So that is how democracy actually works. People are kind of waking up to that. We knew about it because we talked about this like 4 years ago. Here's Todd Peters' Rising Rivals. That is the tricky part to it. And so I think it's important that who you bring in shares your values. You know, like if I had a Mexican friend and he was a legal immigrant, but he shared all my political values, that's awesome. And ironically, I could have an American citizen right next to me, and they are basically the opposite of all my values, and that would be awful, but they're a citizen. So it's a confusing, you know, it's a confusing landscape to think about what it is that you want in your home. What you want is a neighbor who shares your values. That's my opinion. A neighbor who shares your values is all that matters. Here's Todd Peters. All right. I'm Mister's Mexican friend. That's right. All right, next up we've got 6 corrupted, 3 more Weiss Hello Kitties. But I think the Democrats realize this too, and that's why they're doing so much of it. They're saying, hey, we don't actually like the Republicans. They don't share any of our values. Let's bring in a lot of new people. All right, Miss 6. Sneep. All right. If you travel, you an immigrant. Based on government spending, we should import all Ukraine and Israel to America. Yeah. We are. Ooh. All right. Very nice. Anyways, my perspective on the world is that America will be a mixed country. It's a young country. It's a country known for immigration. That is going to be a long-lasting feel that you will not be able to defeat with ideas like blood and soil, or like, oh, America was for the British. It was founded by the British founding fathers. It's not going to work. That is a losing position. You will lose on that message. It's a mixed country is what it is. So, you know, what you should think about is, well, do I want to live in a mixed country? You can move to like Finland. Finland's not very mixed. You can move to Finland. Next up, we got Panicking Moose, 2 more Eevee heroes. You got it. Panicking Moose, the man who panics. Give me a second. Here we are. I also think immigration's never going to slow down. I think immigration changed a lot over the years. Thanks to the internet. I can get on my phone now and just see, with data and images and video, which country is the best to live in. So, you know, I can say, oh, I'm going to Switzerland, bro. Look at the mountains. Here we are. So that is going to change the whole world forever. From now on, if you've got a good thing, everyone knows about it. That's it. Those are the new rules to the game. If you've got a good thing, everybody knows about it. Or they will eventually. That was not true in the past. It was a secret. Now everyone knows. There we go. Ta-da! From a UK perspective, I'm begging to the high heavens Trump gets in the UK. Oh, Trump gets in. The UK is doomed. We need the US to step up. Haha. He's Trump, he's like got some Scottish heritage too. How cool is that? But, you know, even if Trump gets into office, that doesn't mean you guys are going to change. That's up to you guys. That's your democracy. We are. All right. Here we go. Start snipping this. Start snipping this. I'm going to move to Iran because I hate cats. What? What's up, Nick? How's it going, Nick? All right. Yeah, if you got a good thing going on in your country, everyone will know and they will move to you. Kind of like California. Remember how California got really overwhelmed with people? Not enough houses. Houses are like $1 bazillion. So if you're living in a country with a very heavy desire to get in, I would say buy some property. Buy some property because it's probably going to go up. You are? All right. Okay. But you can live in a non-diverse country. You just have to move out of the United States. And you kind of don't want to, maybe. Here's Zorwork. Here's, oh yeah, Glaceon. Here's Glaceon. Right, you wouldn't even want to move out if our country was just very safe. There were fewer murders. When you compare our murder rate to like Japan's murder rate, it's abysmal how bad we are. We're so bad, dude. The drug rate, the fentanyl, it's an issue of social trust and peacefulness. And, you live in a high trust society, beautiful architecture, clean. And if you're not managing that, if that's not happening, well, people are going to move out one day. They're going to say, I'm out of America. I'm leaving America. This place sucks. I'm going to Canada. That's what they'll say. I'm moving to Australia. They got the beach. Australia's like, we don't want you. We already got too many. And then all of a sudden there's a battle over, should laws be passed to stop people from coming in? We got too many people. And it'll be a battle. In some places it'll pass, in some places it won't pass. And we'll see which method was better. In hindsight, oh no, the first box is cold? Oh, it wasn't cold. Glaceon. All right, beautiful Altart Glaceon in box number 1, Panicking Moose. United States of Texas is a great country. Well, never forget, Rome fell apart. Rome fell apart. Remember that? We could be the next Rome. America could easily fall apart. It's a gigantic country, and Rome fell apart for many of the reasons that we're kind of not doing so well. Inflation, out of control spending, debt. Nobody wanted to join the military. Diverse religions was actually a problem for Rome. Did you know that? Christianity and Judaism messed Rome up. And then also, there was a ton of German immigration into Rome. Not just German, but a lot of other types too. And so when they were invaded, the Germans living in Rome were being invaded by Germans. And they said, come on in. We don't even like the Romans. We like you. You're like us. So, so the Romans fell apart for that reason. And then the Romans had like never-ending competition in politics. There was no unity in politics. It sounds a little bit like us. And they had politicians that hated the country of Rome. They didn't like Rome. Politicians that were weird and decadent, cut their genitals off, or they had like, weird stuff going on. I won't go into too many details. You can read about it. So they had all this stuff going on, but it was very, very different from how Rome was when it formed. Rome actually was very conservative when it formed. All right, let's snip it up. And they became decadent over time, and it didn't work. There we go. Could that happen here? Maybe. I think what would really screw America up is if we lost the status as the reserve dollar in the world. That could be the end of America, that one thing. And you got China and Russia nipping at our heels going, that's what we're trying to do. We want to replace you. We want the BRICS currency. So, we can't let that happen, guys. We can't let that happen. It's got to be U.S. dollar supremacy. If they swap over to BRICS, what happens is they'll trade all their U.S. dollars in for gold and for BRICS and maybe crypto. And if that happens, the U.S. dollar will experience something called hyperinflation. And it'll cost $500 to buy a banana. But you won't get hyperinflation in your paycheck. Your paycheck won't go up. So you will suddenly have no money. You'll have no purchasing power. That's what'll happen if we lose in the currency war. That's what'll happen. The U.S. dollar has to remain strong. There has to be low inflation. The government has to spend within its means. It'll never do that because we have a democracy that votes for Santa Claus. That's the deeper problem. That's the deep existential crisis, is voting for Santa Claus. It's all make-believe. You can't just have free stuff. There's no free meal. There is no such thing as a free lunch. All right. Better hedge your bets in crypto. Rome did what we're doing, distract with entertainment while society collapses. Yeah, I mean, and maybe for the same reason. People just want entertainment. I want to be entertained. Look, if we're in a sinking ship, I don't want to be bored. But what that could look like is one of the states actually manages to secede, like California and Texas. Oh, yeah, we got Umbreon, Rainbow. 2 very good boxes. Nice job, man. Panicking Moose, you did well here. The USA will never fall. I hope not. I hope it never falls. I actually have lived here my whole life. It's a cool country. We got a lot of humor. We got the best comedians. We got the best music and art. We got a lot of movies. We got Hollywood. We got gigantic army. It's a great country. We're just going through these problems, and we got to make the smartest choices all the time. But the question is, are we doing that? And if we're not, we better get to it. And I think the biggest problem isn't immigration, or the biggest problem isn't mixing and all that. The biggest problem is actually financial. You can be as mixed as you want as long as you're successful. But the moment you're not successful, everyone's going to hate each other. So that's the bigger problem. If you're struggling to buy a home, if you're struggling to pay for healthcare, if you're struggling to go to college, if you can't afford a car, and now you can't even afford food, there are serious problems that got to be figured out. And people are going to be like, well, it's because of the immigration. I mean, look at what's happening with FEMA. FEMA can't afford to help people in North Carolina. And where'd all the money go? Well, we gave it to Ukraine. We gave it to Israel. We gave it to Lebanon. We gave it to all these other countries. Oh, and also we housed all these people who claim to be asylum seekers, but they're probably more like economic migrants. And now there's no money. We have no money for people who actually are in a catastrophe, a natural disaster, which is what FEMA is for, by the way. It's for those people. But we have no more money for that because we spent it all on our little pet projects and our little side projects and our wars. That is the beginning of the end. The country's going to fall apart. People are going to see that and say, yo, man, that is a misappropriate use of funds. Here's Arturo Perez, $610 for Slab Away. You got to be able to manage the funds and keep everyone happy. And if you just can't do that, you're done? Yay! All right. Arturo. Oh, my. So that's what is going on. There really is a desire for a regime change in the U.S. because, wow, that's a good one, man. I got to say, Arturo, that's the kind of card you need to be acquiring is stuff like that. Pop 62, Ruby Sapphire era, Scyther EX. That's good stuff. There we go. I need to acquire more of this too, by the way. I don't know how I'm going to get more because it's so tricky to get. There you go. Awesome, dude. All right, but we want to see everyone do well. We want to see everyone get a nice job, work hard. Anthony Kalura, $1,000 toward Dragonite. Here we go. Let's see. Anthony Kalura. There it is. He's paying down my super, super beautiful Dragonite, which I'm going to miss very badly when he sells. All right, and then we've got Michael Weigert. Can I please get 8 packs of Bleach? Bleach! FEMA better give me my Social Security in 30 years. Yeah, right. You think Social Security is still going to be around? Guess again. Okay. What events do you have, like the Jungle Break I'm in? I'm curious about joining more. Yeah, sure. What do we got? The Box Battle, Gengar Mega Break, Creative Video Game Slabs, Top Possible Bulls, the Jungle Sublist. We have this Marvel Platinum. I don't even know where this last box is. I got to go find it. But Jen's in there. There's a couple more spots. Those are the main ones. There we go. You might have missed this over here. Did you guys know about this? For $40, you can get in the Neo Booster Slab break. So one person gets the whole slab. It's graded 10. So that's a pretty cool one. If you're not in that. I got to go get more bleach. I'll be right back. All right, here I am. Throw that away. think the whole situation with FEMA is really not a lucky thing for the Democrats. It might actually cost them to lose. There we go. The situation with FEMA might be the reason the Democrats lose. All right, because it's happening so close to the elections. And when the Republicans shine the spotlight on it and say, look at that, they wasted all your natural disaster money on all this other stuff, except for you. They got money for everyone but you, the person who actually paid into FEMA so that there would be money in it. They taxed you to fund it, and then they sent all your money to everyone else. It's like, ooh. Ooh. That's a strong message. Because the Democrat Party is supposed to take care of the little people. That's what they're about, right? That's their whole message. We take care of the underclass, the little people. Oh, SR Star. Michael Weigert. Here it is. Beautiful. That is their message. We take care of the little guy. We take care of the people who need help. And if they're saying, actually, what we really did was we bankrupted FEMA, helping everyone else, and now there's none for you. I mean, come on, dude. That is such a hard thing to get around. That is a very weak position to be in. There you go. FEMA's telling people stop helping and just send money to them. I heard that. I heard about, you know, them asking for donations. I've heard a lot of bad stuff. There we go. Now you got this mega hurricane coming to Florida. This could be it. If this mega hurricane hits and it kills a bunch of people, 150 people died in North Carolina. You guys know that, right? 150 people died because of the previous hurricane. So if this next hurricane comes in and kills a bunch of people too, blows up a bunch of homes, and FEMA goes, nah, we're bankrupt, that could be it. That could be the end of the elections right there. Democrats could lose on that one message. Michael Weigert. All right, Michael. It's just like how, it's like how Trump lost during COVID. So it's just a natural disaster where it was not handled well. And people said, get this guy out of here. You know, like, no way, dude. But the natural disaster is not what they were betting on. Nobody was betting on that. So Democrats, I've not heard a strong response out of them. My mom said she wants a full refund. I used her credit card. What? Here's Eric Rodriguez to Hello Kitty Holo Shuffle. To Hello Kitty Holo Shuffle. What is he talking about? He wants 2 Hello Kitties and a Holo Shuffle. Got it. It took me a minute there. 2 Hello Kitties and a Holo Shuffle. All right, there we go. I think it is a very tough moment for Democrats where they're kind of like, oops, we are out of money. And they just, I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, I don't know what the strategy next is. Oh, look at that. Maybe they can pass some kind of executive actions to immediately fund. It reminds you of Hawaii, too. Remember Hawaii? How insulting was it when the Hawaii fire started and all these people died in Maui? And then they just got like this tiny little check. And then you had, remember, it was Oprah came out and she begged people for donations for Maui. It's like, Oprah, aren't you a billionaire? How much did you give? And then it turned out this money you were funneling into Oprah's, not-for-profit help people group, it actually took a lot of the money. It took like 60% of the money was kept in her not-for-profit. It was almost like it was for profit. So that was hugely damaging to Oprah's brand. And then she came out during the DNC and she gave this interview to Kamala as well. And so she's thrown her force behind Kamala, but she's already a damaged brand from what happened in Hawaii. Now you got this other stuff that's going on, these other hurricanes in North Carolina, now in Florida. Man, it is a bad look. It is a very weak brand. So let's get you that shuffle. Very weak to say, hey, we're the group where we don't have any money to take care of the people who actually need it. Because we went bankrupt with it already. 1, 2, 3. All right, here goes. Boom. That's Cold Glamora. Okay, and that's why I was saying again, it all kind of comes back down to finances. It's all a financial problem. When people are wealthy, nobody really cares about this stuff. I think most people are actually pretty socially liberal when times are good. When times are tough, conservatism rises. Here's Michael Weigert, 30 for the Rising Rivals, Mr. Believe that's correct. Then 4 more bleach. Now it's 28, so you got $2 extra, Mr. Michael. Okay, you ready? You got $2 extra left over. Tell you what, I'll just give you a bonus pack of bleach. How does that sound? You're going to get a bonus pack. All right. Let's see how many we have in there for tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's one spot left in the Platinum Rising Rivals. We won't be able to open it tonight. We're going to be opening it. I'm sorry, we won't be able to open it in the daytime stream. We're going to be opening it tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So you got 5 of these now. That is because we're all out of time. We've gone for an hour and 35 minutes. It's now 7:20, and I got to wrap up, guys. Hey, mister, is that Zard actually worth 50K? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe to somebody. There's a lot of money out there in the world. He's not really for sale, though. If somebody came in and gave me 50,000 for that guy, I'd say, no way, I'm keeping that guy. The Charizard, that is definitely not a sell. That's such a rare item. That Charizard, what's his population? This might be one of the best cards in my entire collection. It's just this one card. All right, so he was Pop 32 last, right? All right, click on this. There's not a bunch of boxes of Legendary Collection left out there. Pop 32. So we bought him. Look at that. We bought him in 2022. It's been 2 years later, and not even one card added to that population. That is a Pop 32 Legendary Collection Charizard. It's amazing. One of my best cards, definitely. Got it for 5,000. Can you believe that? 5K in a direct sale. That's pretty good. I didn't even pay eBay taxes. That's pretty good. All right. Oh, konnichiwa. Oni-sama. You can tell by his evil smile that he's a bad guy. He's definitely a bad guy. But anyways, that's a lot of stuff we talked about there. We talked about a whole lot of stuff today in today's live stream. A lot of social topics, a lot of ideas about mixing and not mixing, and like Japan, they don't like to mix, and the future, and you guys kind of get a little more of my perspective. To me, it's all about success. It's about prosperity. You know, I would rather live in a mixed prosperous group than a tribal group that's poor. Doesn't that make sense? So people got to be open-minded about that kind of stuff. There you go. All right, but also we actually have to be successful. So we got to go be successful, and you got to be able to manage your funds. There is no Santa Claus. There is no free meal. Everyone has to be productive. You have to go out and learn a skill and trade it with the rest of the world. And if we're not managing to do that, well, then we just have to change management or something. I don't know. Got to change. Try something new that works. All right. Eric Rodriguez. Peek into my bag. Eric Rodriguez. We're looking in your bag. We got some of these. What is it that you ordered? I don't even remember. See if you see a Nidoking. Here's a Nidoking. Okay. Lovely stuff. Ooh, you got some nice cards in here, man. Okay, there you go. Eric Rodriguez. Tribalism ain't it. The Japanese believe in it, and they got a nice country. Same with the Chinese. If you look at the Chinese, they are homogenous, and they have some of the wealthiest places to live in the world, like Hong Kong. Singapore, they're a little more diverse, but they're pretty Asian, and it's mostly Chinese, I believe, in Singapore. And so, you know, you take a look at Asia, and they're not practicing a lot of the social liberal ideas that we practice in the West, and they're doing okay. So they kind of prove that you don't have to mix to be successful. China's proof you don't have to mix. Japan's proof you don't have to mix. It's a choice to mix. You say, I like mixing. So, and if you like mixing, I actually don't think there's a problem to that either. But what you can't do is you can't be unsuccessful. That's what you can't be. And that's what everyone's scared of. People are scared of being unsuccessful. That's the real fear. That's the deeper underlying problem. So you can't be unsuccessful. All right, guys. Well, I had a lot of fun. That was the daytime stream. It lasted an hour and 40 minutes. You got me on a rant, and so that's why it lasted longer. Tonight, we've got Damien holding 4 boxes of Metazoo. We also have... Where is it? Where are they? Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. You got the box battle, only needs 1 more person. You've got the booster pack break, only needs 1 more person. So all these things tonight, okay, guys? Show up tonight. It's going to start around 12 a.m. Central Time. Maybe 1 a.m. Central Time. It depends on if I'm late or early. Usually, lately, it's been the case that I've been late. But, I mean, look at me. I'm getting off at 7:24. I've only got a couple hours with cares. It's not good. So I might be late. All right, you guys have a sweet, sweet afternoon, and I'll see you later.